Hello again, everyone. We are Gaming by Gaslight, and welcome back to Dead Cells. We are currently in the beta branch of the Who's Your Daily Run, or build. We haven't actually played that many dailies ourselves, to be honest, now that I think about it. But at least not on camera. Mostly because I'm not confident that I have the general playstyle or mindset required to really get them down yet. I mean, I don't think we're going to be doing any, like, world record, like, top of the high score list kind of runs, but I do think we can do better. And we will be better soon enough. But anyway, for now, though, we have another mystery on our hand, and that is, of course, the mystery of what the heck is up with the mysterious door in the sepulcher, which it's also been brought to my attention, and also a couple of off-camera runs on my own. I have also verified that, in fact, turns out that there are these doors seem to be able to show up, I think, in pretty much every level, in fact. And those little doors, I think they're gonna be like they're gonna be the next whatchamacallits. I'm gonna recycle that blood sword because I can, but I think they're gonna be the next. Like, we have the vine rune, the teleportation rune. I think we're gonna unlock some kind of rune, or, you know, in some way we're gonna unlock an item soon, and that'll be like to unlock some kind of shortcut or something. Presumably. At least that's my assumption. Like, presumably, either the repository or the, oh dear. Either the repository, the architects, or the Everplace clock tower, or any other level that whatever is in store for us will eventually unlock it. Or will allow us to make use of those things. Also, it's... oh dear. Right. Hey. Wait for it. There we go. Yeah, the problem... to be honest with you, I think the problem with my button getting stuck is, I mean, one, is that the controller is a little old and kind of dying. But I think I'm just hitting the... like, I'm pressing the buttons too hard. I mean, you know, like, that could be the problem. So if I just don't press the buttons as hard, then we won't have these problems. Oh god. Okay, that was just terrible on my part. I have fiddled around with it, and I have actually managed to... I have managed to complete challenge rooms. So, you know, I can't use the tired old excuse, oh, I've got a bad controller. It's just me sucking. I've come to learn that. It's hard to admit that, but that's, you know, it is what it is. I gotta learn to live with that. I have to learn with the fact that I just suck. The sooner we learn to acknowledge that, the sooner we will become better Dead Cells players, and thus, you know, good stuff will happen to us because we'll be good at things. Anyway, we should probably speed things along. The last couple of runs have been losses, but beyond that, I've also been playing a little bit slower. And kind of, especially since the whole Who's Your Daily update added the whole thing where you can kill your enemies faster if you, or you can move faster as you kill your enemies in a timely fashion. I don't think that's worth it, probably. Unless that wall thing is worth more than 1,000 ducats, in which case, you know, we spend 1,000 ducats and then we get, like, I don't know, like a 50 ducat profit. Why am I measuring everything, calling the currency ducats? I don't know. Too much EU4, probably. Also, we've unlocked this. And by unlocked this, I mean it's, you know, we have unlocked the opportunity to unlock it, rather. So that's cool. The repeater crossbow. It is my understanding that the repeater crossbow is basically a better version of the heavy crossbow. I mean, I guess it's worth buying these things. Because, you know... we're kinda... I don't like the spiteful sword. There's just something about it that rubs me the wrong way. Like, it's not even that it's a bad weapon, I just don't... I just don't like it. I have no reason for it. I am prejudiced against the spiteful sword. For whatever reason. You know, someday I'll learn, And when I learn, I will become a better person for it. But until that day comes, I am a flawed human being. And I just can't get over my prejudice against the spiteful sword. It's the kick at the end that does it. There's something about it, and the sound effect it makes that just grinds my gears in the wrong way. Which is kind of silly, because it's actually not a bad weapon in any... You know what, let's try to redeem ourselves. Let's do another challenge room. And see how that works out. I mean, sure. Yeah, I would have been really disappointed in my life if... Oh god. Okay. Well, that actually worked out. Oh god, get out, get out, get out, get out. Oh, how am I doing this? Okay, get... Okay, that worked out. Oh. Okay, I probably didn't deserve to win that, but I did, so that's good. Oh! Dang it. I knew that was a bad idea, but my hubris... Oh, God. My hubris, I thought I could make that. Just like I thought I could make that, apparently. And thus, my slow descent into torment begins. Or something. Something, something, dark side, something, something. Complete. Something, something. Alright, we're gonna have to go fight that elite enemy at some point. I mean, you gotta fight the elite enemies. I could just go straight to the Black Bridge if I was feeling particularly full of myself. And my recent failures to actually pull off a win. Gaslight, don't! Oh, come on. That was ridiculous. Alright, my gut tells me it's probably not a smart idea to open this chest, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because I am a crazy man and I like to do crazy things. Just like I'm gonna do that. I don't know. This might be a bad idea, but whips are cool. I mean, whipping things is fun pastime, probably. And then we just do that. We do a little bit of extra damage. Beautiful. Alright. And we just gotta play it a little bit slower. Okay, this is where we, like, totally just... I'm pretty sure I'll take damage if I hit him. I mean, I think the whip would protect me, but I'm not gonna count on that, so... Oh, okay, that problem solved itself then. Those are the best kinds of problems, aren't they? The ones that solve themselves? I like that. I like self-solving problems. Makes my life easier. Don't have to think. But then again, if I don't think, then what... And what sort of person am I? I mean, the brain is probably the one asset that I have. Okay, let's test this. Aha! Alright, you see, I didn't... Alright, I assume as long as I'm in range, I will target the non-spiny, nappy, painful bit. But if I got too close... See, this is where fire would be very helpful. Alright then. Well, that worked out nicely. And things working out nicely are the greatest gift of all, aren't they? Beautiful. I love being able to recycle weapons I don't want. It's so very useful. There we go. Give him a good whip or two. Oh, I love this. Good old whip. Oh, you thought you were gonna give me the little zappity zap, didn't you, Mr. Rune thing? Which I hate totally. Which I hate more than life itself. Wait. I think that came out wrong. Why would I hate life? I mean, with all the good things life has given us. Why? What sort of crazy person would I be if I hated life? Right? I would be a total crazy person. Yeah, life is good. I mean, what has death done for me recently? Nothing. I mean, it's not like it's killed any of my enemies for me. Not that I want any of my enemies. Not that I have enemies, actually, frankly. That's how you know that I'm not exactly famous or anything. I have no enemies. I haven't done anything worthwhile in my life yet because no one hates me for simply existing. That's the true measure of success. Not all the good you've done in your life, not all the achievements you've made, but how many people hate you. Of course, you gotta be careful about that because it's entirely possible that you've just made a mistake somewhere along the line if everyone hates you. So, gotta have a bit of self-awareness there, I guess. I have no idea what I'm talking about when I'm saying any of this, by the way. I'm basically just filling air. Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah. And we're whipping things in a pretty... whipping stuff into shape, so that's a plus. That's the one thing we've accomplished this episode, if nothing else. Also, I probably should at some point unlock that repeater crossbow so we can get some cool crossbow action going on. That'll be nice. We might also... Let's have a quick look at our progress here. Yeah. One corner we haven't fully explored. I don't think there's going to be anything up there. But, I know myself, and by ignoring it, we're probably passing up some pretty sweet loot. Oh, and then there's more strength. See, this is good. It also occurs to me, like, you've probably come to notice that I basically, like, exclusively do strength builds. And I would just like to say that, like, it's not that strength builds are the only viable way to play this game. It's just, I feel strength builds are the easiest builds to get. Mostly because I've actually had some people comment on how, like, they play more of like a skill-based build where they try to max out their skills and stuff. And that's not a bad way of playing the game, I should think. However, the problem I have is that the way the game's set up right now, I mean, you're sort of left up to... Ow. You sort of have to rely a little bit too much on luck for my liking if you want to do a skill build, because there's only so many items, like, of these little active skills here, that are actually viable for getting to the end. Now, granted, also keep in mind, that's just because, partially at least, because of just how the game is right now in its infancy, since the Watcher is not exactly a boss that is good for, well, doing a skill build, I should think. Well, but then again, that depends on what items you get, I suppose. Frankly, I should probably actually give more of like a skill-focused build a try, just to see if I can make it work, and to see if my own preconceived notions are wrong. Because I could very well be wrong. It might be that skill builds actually do work out very well indeed. Okay, there's a sepulcher. But there's still a little bit left to explore in this level. I think we found probably all the stat upgrades we're going to get on this floor. And we are actually very dangerously close to running out of time for getting time door in the sepulcher. Not that we really need that particular door. Alright, I mean, a fart cloud's always good. We can poison our victim. Ah, cover the ground in flammable oil. That'll synergize. Oh yeah, we're not gonna make it. Oh, we might. We'll have, like, just seconds to spare here. Alright. I think we have less than 30 seconds. But then again, it takes less than 30 seconds to get to the time door, so it's entirely possible we'll make this, and then I'm, you know, completely talking out my posterior when I say that we're out of time. Which is, you know, wouldn't be the first time I've been wrong in life and underestimated not only my own ability, but also... Well, I've also grossly overestimated my own ability occasionally, but then again, that's the fun stuff, isn't it? It's always funny to see someone's hubris fail them in a hilariously over-the-top fashion, and we have actually a full 15 seconds left, so alright. Actually, to be honest with you, sometimes I get a little concerned that I give off, especially when I'm playing Dead Cells here sometimes, that I give off the impression of being perhaps a little bit arrogant with my skills, you know, such as they are. You know, my skills or lack thereof, as it were. Which does always concern me a little bit, because I don't really want to give off that sort of impression. I mean it sort of in a lighthearted, good-humored way about myself, I should think. Anyway, yeah, also, for anyone who is wondering, it's these little goblin guys that give off the repeater crossbow. Not sure why. They don't look like the kind of enemies that would drop a crossbow, but they do, so, you know, roll with it. Oh-ho! Yeah, who needs health when you have ridiculous levels of strength and an amazing whip? Yeah, Magic Mike, what do you got on me now? Nothing. You know, I think this is probably going to be a mistake, because I've activated those temporary lights, which means that they'll be gone by the time we get back, probably, but... Oh, this is actually not a very long path at all, it just takes us over here. And paying 10,000 ducats for 31,000 cells, that's a thumbs up in my book. So, that's a good thing. I'd also just like to say again, because I forget whether I've gushed about it enough, but I like rebalancing of money. I like how it's been handled. Since you only get to carry 15,000 now, but I've never felt since that update that I've been low on funds, or that I wouldn't be able to afford whatever I wanted. You know, if I felt the need to buy something, which sometimes I do. I mean, I usually don't. I don't always choose to buy stuff from the shops, but when I do, I always have exactly the right amount of money for whatever I happen to need at the time, which is good. I mean, it's always good to be plentiful and bountiful and all these other words. Oh dear. A little dark there. But we've still got plenty of time. Alright. Also, here's a thought for you. Do you think these axe guys are eventually going to be, well, axed from this particular level? Because, I don't know, I guess I can't help but see them as more of a Fog Fjord kind of enemy. But whenever I see them here in the Sepulchre, I always think to myself, well, surely they're just kind of here temporarily. You know, they're just interning here until they can move on back to the Fog Fjord. Or any other possible nautical-based levels that may turn up in the future. Never a thought occurs to me. You know that weird tentacle guy who, you know, shows up after you've beaten the Watcher and is all, oh, and then, you know, impregnates you with his giant tentacle, as, you know, most people with tentacles do. I mean, tentacles do like impregnating things. Man, I remember being shown this little video not that long ago, showing how apparently, here's the crazy part, apparently octopi can impregnate you if you just eat their eggs or something. Not their eggs. Like, they got weird little spermy things that will impregnate you. It's weird. In your mouth, of all places. It's just gross. It's like, ugh. I mean, what kind of thing does that? How can you get impregnated just by eating something? Or something again, I guess that's kind of a genius evolutionary move, isn't it? Impregnate whoever eats you, because then they have your babies in their mouth. And it's kind of a, haha, you ate me, but now you have to carry my children. Yeah, anyway, with that weird and probably disturbing thought in your heads, let's move on. Anyway, yeah. Oh no, not you. Aha! Oh, did you see that? He was still moving. I had distinctly locked him in place, and he was still moving. That is totally against regulation, sir. Don't hit me, don't. Oh, you didn't hit me. Nice. Greatest of all time material right there. You know, possibly, maybe. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We haven't won yet, and we haven't, you know, set any, like, major high scores. I don't even show up on the front page of the leaderboard, so I really can't claim to be greatest of all time. At all. But within the confines of my own head, I can always pretend I'm the greatest of all time. And self-delusion is the greatest kind of delusion. Well, you know, except for the kind of delusion where you delude others for entertainment purposes. I don't exactly know what I mean by that. I don't know what am I, some kind of magician now? Is that what I'm saying? Doing magic tricks to entertain people? And I think instead of delusion, Gaslight, what you mean is illusion. You're probably right. That is probably what I mean. And let's see here. Let's take a look at all the cool little paths here. I mean, there's gotta be more cool stuff for us to... Oh dear. I felt almost certain I was gonna accidentally take damage from that. That would have made me feel pretty bad about myself. Just like that made me feel kind of bad about myself right there. But the important thing is that we're still making, like, ridiculous amounts of money. Which is awesome. And, oh dear. Light. Makes me think to myself, I'm playing this game wrong. If I'm able to hoard so much money, surely there's something I am doing wrong. Or something, that's kind of a weird thought to have. Why would I be playing the game wrong if I have all kinds of money? Surely that means I'm actually doing something right. Oh, my nose is itchy. Alright, Mr. Shopkeeper Man. I don't really want anything you're selling. So there is that. Alright. The chest. Oh! It's a trap! No, I still haven't figured out if there's actually, like, anything to those trap chests. Because as far as I can tell, and I never really pay attention, so that's kind of part of my problem right there, is, I mean, they look like any other kind of chest until you open it, which that might actually be the entire point. They're supposed to look like any other chest so that you have no warning. They just randomly get you. And again, I ask myself, if there is a way to figure out what kind of chests those are, I don't really want that. I mean, do I really need more money at this particular point? The answer is probably not. But then again, if I was a proper capitalist, instead of a dirty Canadian socialist, then perhaps I would appreciate the fact that greed is eternal. That you can never be too greedy. You can never have enough money, or something like that. Something like that might be true. I don't exactly know where I'm going with that one either. That's just one of my many, many random tangents on things that may or may not have a deeper meaning, but probably don't. I like to think there's never any insidious meaning behind any of the stuff I say, but then again, how can you trust a socialist? That's just one step away from full-on communism, isn't it? According to some people. Kind of a weird direction to take. Have I been listening to too much politics lately? Is that where my brain's going? Probably. Then again, I'll be honest with you, politics lately is... Since Trump took office, politics has become so much more entertaining to watch. You know, that's because so many hilarious things get said. But, yeah, let's not bring politics into this. That's a good point. You're right. Gaslight should not talk about politics, which he is poorly educated to speak on. It will only divide the internet. Oh, yeah. Greatest of all time material right there. Are you gonna... Is Gaslight actually... Oh, dear. Am I actually going to complete a challenge room for once? Maybe. Oh, wait. This is probably where I'm going to screw up. Okay, wait for it. Oh, Gaslight, you've done it. Oh, dang it. My timing was just off. I mistimed when those things were going to fire. I was just half a second off. If I had just paused for half a second, mind you, we would have got that. Also, how have I missed that death orb? Oh, I know, it's because I didn't go to the lower one. But I don't really care about that death orb. I don't need the money. I don't need it. Beautiful. Beautiful again. All right. You know what? I kind of hope we get like a proper dual boss like that at some point. You know, just like something with slightly more health to be just, you know, so that the fight lasts a bit longer. And but not necessarily harder than that. In fact, I almost wondered to myself, do you think that should be the future of bosses in Dead Cells instead of like the incomplete one and the Watcher where they're in their like own area? Just have like a boss fight where you reach the end of the level and then the boss fight is right there. Maybe not every level, maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to think to myself, and you know, I mean, I'm not one of the developers, so I don't exactly know plan. But I try to think to myself, I mean, is Dead Cells going to be a game where there's going to be a boss fight at the end of every level, or are some levels intended to not have boss fights as it is right now? And what are the pros and cons either way? I do like how, like if you've got a really good run going, taking on those elite, what are they, phasers? Is that their name? No. No. What is their name? Never bothered to learn their name. I just call them goblin people. And again, I call everything a goblin person. It also occurs to me I probably shouldn't be killing all these. Not because I can't one-shot them, but because if we find a cursed chest later in the level, it will be to our advantage to have some of those guys lying around, because they are a very easy source of clearing out curse. Also, you think this is going to be an actual door we can open someday? Or do you think that's just always there, just as decoration? I mean, an argument can be made either way. I mean, it is a very large, very ominous, very like final boss looking place. So, it could go either way, really. Oh god. Oh dear. Oh, another stat upgrade. Is Gaslight gonna keep stacking strength? You bet I am. I think I mentioned it last episode. Or maybe I was just talking to myself when I said it one time. But part of my reasoning for, like, constantly stacking strength is because I feel that being able to dodge and not take damage is probably more important. Oh, there's never one of those little secret-y door thingies. It's probably more important than actually having more health. Plus, if I ever want to get... nah. It's not a bad item, but I feel... Actually, now that I think about it, that would be an amazing item to use on the tentacles. But, yeah, I mean, being able to dodge and having less health making dodging kind of more important. Because, like, to sort of know that I can't afford to take a hit or else I'll die, it just feels like the right kind of gameplay maneuver to make. Maneuver. Silly me, or strategy, whatever I'm saying. I feel like maneuver is like not the right word to use there. Anyway, whatever I'm trying to say, I think it makes sense. I guess that's what I'm trying to say, is that I think my own internal logic is consistent. It makes some level of sense. But please do tell me if you think I've lost it in the comments. As you know, better to hear that I'm going insane from people I trust. There's a second door! Right in the same level. I mean, 2 doors? Yeah, those have got to be... Those are eventually going to be something like, whatever I was saying before. Suppose I should sell this. I mean, I don't see any way we're going to spend 74,000 ducats in the rest of this level. But it's entirely possible we'll get, like, a ridiculously good item, so... I suppose I shouldn't rule out the possibility. Beautifully done. But yeah, like, that's gonna be like the next teleportation or vine rune, whatever will let us open those doors. So, I look forward to seeing whatever that is. I don't know why I'm feeling the need to kill all these things. It's really slowing us down, man. But then again, I mean, we have at least probably half a dozen games to play before we've unlocked literally everything. And by literally everything, I mean all the things that we can unlock at the current moment in time. I mean, as more items get added to the game, there will be more things to unlock. So there is that. I'm also almost thinking to myself, maybe it has been a mistake to not unlock, whoop, or not to upgrade my health more. But even as I say that, I think to myself, again, my internal logic is that I should just be able to dodge enemies to begin with. Do I want to buy this? Burning target, bleeding target, swarm of biters crawls from our victims. I mean, it's not bad. In fact, it's actually quite good. But I feel where we're at right now is better. And the fact that we can one-shot pretty much every enemy we come across, I think bodes well. Not to say that we're out of the... Oh, God. Not to say we're out of the woods yet, because we're not. Like, we totally have some more trials and tribulations ahead of us before we get out of this whole shindig, but we're doing okay. And that's what matters. I think, probably, maybe. Way to be confident in asserting your opinion, Gaslight. Anyway, yeah, so as I kind of ramble in a somewhat incomprehensible fashion, indicating I'm probably losing my mind, I'll be honest, I thought I was going to land on spikes. I mean, it's got to happen sooner or later. I know myself too well. Anyway. Oh dear. Oh no! Nope, no. Aha! And you thought you were gonna kill me, didn't you? Good old Tiny. He's always there for me. That worked out. I like it. Man, I'm also feeling really hungry. Do I even have dinner? Got so caught up in my recording and other things that are going on for me today that I don't even remember if I ate dinner. I don't think I did. I should probably go have some dinner. That would be a smart idea, actually. Because, you know, sustenance and stuff makes me talk good. And word well. And other things of that general nature. Then again, I like to think I am getting a certain level of mastery of the game, in the sense that I am mostly competent at not even needing to use my health flasks on the regular levels, so I take that as a sign that I'm getting somewhere. Oh dear. Alright, that worked out. Alright. One thing we need to work on, of course, is not getting stabbitied by the bad guys. And we're getting there. Excuse me, sir, I'm not done with you yet. Come on. Alright. Okay, good. Alright, you're going over here, so you're doing that. You're kind of hopping up like that. Alright. I would actually really like it if I actually managed to completely master this particular level. Alright. And so far, so good. So far, so good. Oh, dear. I mean, it's happening. Okay. Okay. We can do this. We can totally... totally do it. Alright, we've almost done it. No! Almost did it. Then I kind of flooped it at the last minute. That's okay. Flooping is an acceptable pastime in my home country of Canada. What does floop even mean? What does it mean to floop? I have no idea. But it's apparently what I do in my spare time. No one really knows what the floop is, but, you know, they do it. And somehow that's a thing. So I guess we won. So that's going to do it for this episode. So until the next time, as always, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that like button or maybe leave me a comment down below to let me know what you're thinking. And I will see all you in the next video.